continuing to learn and watch yourself grow as a player. But I think before that, it's learning the system. It's and then once you learn the system, being able to go out there and go through a walkthrough in phase 1 and phase 2, and then phase 3, kind of put it all together and go through some 7-on-7 and some different team drills that we're doing. So I think it's really making sure that I'm on it in terms of all the shifts, motions, checks, all those things, and my reads, and making sure that everything's clear in my head to go out there and play confidently and play fast.
A lot of the guys in your room have talked about how Brian Greasy, having gone through the whole process, is just such a huge advantage for a quarterback in this facility.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Grease has been he's been awesome so far, really throughout the whole process. Right when I decided to sign here, Greasy's been awesome for me, just to be able to talk to about learning the system, about coming to a new team, certain expectations of kind of just coming in and being the new guy on the block, but also having that mindset of, okay, when I step in that huddle, I am the leader, and guys are gonna, if they got questions, they should feel confident in me that I know the answer in terms of scheme and what they got. So Greasy's been great that way, and yeah.
So did you have opportunity to sign for more money elsewhere?
I'm not going to go into too many details about what I could have signed for and the different options that way, but I just know I'm excited to be here and excited to get things going here.
Todd just said that he's going to balance out the first team reps. We saw him trying to take them, I guess, yesterday and today. Have they communicated to you? Does that mean something to you that the first team rep will be split up with you and try?
I think for me it's it's cliche, but focusing one day at a time. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Whether it's first team reps or second team reps, they're reps, and it's just being able to be dialed in every single play and just compete. I think that's the biggest thing is competing, and whether it's, like I said, whether it's first team or second team reps, I'm ready to go.
How do you build rapport with your receivers? How have you done that over your career? I mean, is it just practice, or do you actually have conversations with a George Kittle or a Brandon Ayuk and sort of get inside their heads a little bit?
Yeah, I think every single time, for me, last year I had some of the same faces, and so you kind of get used to the way guys run routes. But I think conversations just kind of come up naturally throughout routes on air, through phase 2, even really phase 1, without coaches out there. And then phase 3, obviously, when we go against the defense, you start talking about certain schemes and certain routes, the way you want to run them against a certain coverage. So, like I said, it kind of comes up naturally, just talking football with the guys.
How has Christian McCaffrey helped you and bring yourself with this team, and how do you see him fit with this offense? From where you've been?
Yeah, Christian's, we all know how he is as a player. Christian's a great player who can go out and make plays, not only in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And then coming in here as well, just, it's always nice, when you got someone that and that you're buddies with, when you're coming to a new place, be able to have a familiar face coming in, so that's always nice.
Lots of times in OTAs with some teams, maybe not this one so much, that prominent guys either don't practice, sometimes they come and don't practice, maybe they stay away and work out on their own, and it's voluntary. McCaffrey's setting a pretty torrid pace out there. When one of your main guys is doing that on a daily basis in practices that he could skip, what does that do for the rest of the team?
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's just his, it's his work ethic. That's never going to change. It really stems from meeting his dad, meeting his mom. It kind of stems from that, from him growing up and being raised that way. But he's just got a great work ethic, and I think guys respond to that really well, and kind of pushes the guys around him.
Sam, how are you a better player now than you were coming out of SC a few years ago?
Yeah, I think just learning from certain experiences, good and bad, indifferent. You know, it's just the more ball you get to experience, you know, as a quarterback especially, can only help you. And for me, it's continuing to experience football, and I feel like last year, taking a step in the right direction in terms of, you know, protecting the football a little bit better, you know, just want to continue to make strides in that direction, staying patient in the pocket, all those things. So, but yeah, I feel like every year you continue to strive to get better, and for me, it's just doing all the little things, and but first and foremost, it's learning the offense, learning the scheme, and you know, continuing to study that way.
Sam, how can the competition in this quarterback elevate your play and make you a better player?
Yeah, I think competition is great for everyone. Obviously, we got, you know, some competition in the quarterback room, but other places as well. It's always great to be able to go out there and compete. And yeah, we're gonna do that.
Sam, what kind of knowledge are you able to impart to Brock and Trey in terms of dealing with the things that they can't control and you have control?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, the past, what has it been, 5 years, the past 5 years of being in this league and being a starter, and you know, going through the ups, going through the downs, of just being in this league and being a quarterback, you experience some things, and you know, but I think, you know, Trey and Brock, even the young careers that they've had, have dealt with some adversity, obviously some ups and downs as well. So yeah, you know, I think it's just, at the end of the day, it's playing quarterback's a special privilege, and you know, with that comes a little bit of adversity as well. And you know, I think it's just really cool, the conversations that we get to have in the quarterback room, especially like you mentioned with Coach Greasy in there, just being able to talk about the position and talk about how to kind of deal with those things and deal with adversity, and even deal with success at times. So yeah, it's just great conversations that come up, and yeah.
How said you?
Last one.
Dealt with adversity in New York, which is not an easy place to deal with adversity. How did you, by all accounts, you kind of emerge with your psyche and confidence still intact? How were you able to do that? There are a lot of young quarterbacks in that situation go to shot.
You know, I think it really just stems from never changing who you are. Again, and you know, it's I need to continue to get better as a quarterback and all those things, and you know, but I think for me, it's really just having a really, honestly, a good family, having those people to lean on, and a really tight friend group circle that I have from back home, from college, and from, you know, people that I met in New York and Charlotte as well. So yeah, it's just keeping that tight circle really close, that friend group that you got, and obviously a really close family, and that's kind of helped me along the way.
Kat said you've been putting in a lot of work in phase 1 and 2, almost like how a rookie would do it. Do you feel like that's an accurate description of how you're starting out your year here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, learning a new system is always a challenge in itself, and but you know, at the same time, it's pretty fun to be honest. Just learning football and kind of hearing the way Kyle talks about some things, Greasy as well, and just the other guys, you know, Brock and Trey being in it, Brandon Allen as well, who's in our quarterback room, who was in Cincy last year with Joe. So it's just, you know, a lot of good experiences to kind of bounce certain questions off of, or opinions off of as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Thanks guys.
Thanks.